So what's going on, guys? Gibson back for another video, and today, first I want to thank you guys for 112 subscribers. You guys are good. You guys are great, man. Whoever stayed loyal, thank you for the people in my family, my sisters, my brother that have been watching my videos, actually supporting, trying to get my video out there. I've been trying to promote the videos in my channel everywhere, and just so I can keep on making these videos. Guys, I'm not even here for the money. I just like making videos. This is why I just take my time and upload whenever I feel like it. Not because I'm not even making money, first of all, but I just want to make videos and for people to watch and laugh. So I'm gonna just stop talking now and let you guys watch the video. All right, thank you for 112 subscribers. I'm outie. So I was strolling on YouTube. I was watching. I was looking for videos to watch, to make videos on. But I stumbled upon an old video of smoove talking about the older games, how they're better. And I just clicked an idea in my mind to say, maybe I should update that and do one for this year, 2020. Are the old games better? Where to even begin? There's so many games that came out this year. There was Death Stranded, there was Fallout, there was a lot of games, 2K20. There was a lot of games that came out this year that wasn't so good. And I want to start with Death Stranded. I don't care what anybody think. Death Stranded wasn't as good. If it was way too hyped. The game was hyped, that new stuff, the game looked great. It's an open world, never ending. I think it was a 30-hour something game, a long game. I think that's what it said. And then I seen the reviews, it was like 6.7. It wasn't as good. And I've seen gameplays of it, and the game, all you do is run, all you do is drive on a bike. The game is so boring. You go do the same mission over and over. You deliver packages. Games nowadays don't focus on fun, and you can provide content. Like, they don't have as many content as old games. Let's take an example and go against Uncharted, as you can see in the background playing. Uncharted 3 had something in it that kept fans coming back and kept fans keep returning and keep playing over and over, doing speed runs. Do you guys notice that nobody do speed runs on new games no more? I don't see any speed runs on new games. Last speed run I was watching was the Mario 64. That's an old game. That was all the way back in those days where none of you kids nowadays will remember. But Mario 64 was old, and I only see people doing speed run in Zelda, old games. I don't see people doing speed runs on new games nowadays. Like I'm saying, Uncharted 3 had stuff you could climb, play. It was an open world game, but it had something in it that made you come back. And it was the story. It wasn't boring. You did something different every story or chapter. You did something different. You did something new every chapter. The game wasn't go this, go there, and do the same thing over and over like Death Stranded did. Now, if we're gonna get to Fallout, all this transaction. Y'all remember Fallout 3? Fallout 3 was a great game without no transaction. And Fallout 4 went from Fallout 4 to Fallout 76. So many transactions went through, man. And the game it doesn't even look that good. The graphics are not that great in Fallout 4. And I don't understand how people keep buying these games. $60. These games are not worth $60, man. And I'm telling you, Death Stranded is a 6 point something. It's not worth $60. Konami or whoever made that game, they're ripping people off just because they hyped it up and they put that dude from Walking Dead, and people think, man, this is a good game, but the game flopped. It's a running simulator. I've seen people call it UPS simulator. It is a UPS to be like, you just go somewhere, deliver packet. The game is not as good as everybody wanted it to be. Now, another series I've talked about before is 2K. 2K back in the days had something. You see what I'm saying? There's something that was in the old games that would allow you to come back and play it over and over. It wouldn't just one time play it and then move on. Nowadays, they're releasing games like bunnies having kids. Is releasing games every second. We can't even play a game without another game re-released so fast. Like, let's take the Call of Duty series. Call of Duty would release a game, and then 1 year later, like a few seconds later, they'll release a new game. You don't even get to. It's a Call of Duty cycle. You don't even get to play the game and enjoy it, and they drop another game on you. Remember back in the days where we had Black Ops 1? It took them a minute to drop another Call of Duty, because you get to enjoy it and you get to play the mission. You get to use get your money's worth of the content, you know. And back to the fun stuff. Do you guys remember LA Noire? Those games. You remember how fun those games? I don't know what that thing is, but they had something in it that allowed you to come back and play it. What happened to those old games that it kept you on your heel, kept you coming back and playing? Nowadays, I know what ruined new games is the microtransaction. And I know another thing that ruined new games, it is the lack of ideas. They do not have ideas no more. Remember GTA 5? GTA 5 came out after GTA 4. GTA 5 had a lot of ideas. I'm not saying Rockstar. I'm gonna exclude Rockstar out of this, because Rockstar, their games are great. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Their product are worth $60. But if we going on like Fallout, 2K, Madden, and stuff, those games not worth $60. Death Stranded, those games not worth $60. Do you guys remember the Telltale games? The first Walking Dead Telltale game? Who remember that game now? Who is remembering that game? Do you guys remember how fun? The story wasn't boring. It kept you coming back. There was always something to do and something new. There was always it was intense. And it kept you on your heel and it kept you waiting for the next season. Do you guys remember those games, the Telltale games? How fun it was. Do you guys remember LA Noire and like Uncharted 3, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 4? Even Uncharted 4 this year was good, or 2019. It was a pretty good game. Uncharted series were good. I'm not gonna lie, they were pretty good games. But if we going on new games nowadays, like my main focus is Death Stranding. Death Stranding was a flop. That game was not as good as people wanted it to be. And I don't know what's in the old games that wants you, like, it's like keep calling you to come back, keep playing. There's something in the old games that, like, it's just you go back and play it and you're like, man, there are no games like this nowadays. There are no games that focus straight on fun, and they don't care about microtransactions or making as much money as they want from you. And this is what people want. This is what real gamers want. This is what's ruining the gaming industry. It's the microtransactions. Do you guys? I know some of you guys played the Outer World. You seen how great that game was, and they had no microtransactions. Am I saying that right? They had no microtransactions. The game is good. The characters are good. That's another thing. Characters and stories nowadays, there's no you don't feel connected to them. Usually if you play in the game, you know a character, you kind of feel connected to them, especially in the old games. You feel connected to them because they have a story behind it. Like for say, if we're looking at the Walking Dead Telltale games, if you remember Clementine, there was a connection. There was a connection with that little virtual girl. There was a connection, and the game worked perfectly with her in it. And it again, it kept making you come back. The older games to me are way better. I think they're running out of idea nowadays how to make games. I feel like they should just start remastering every game that's been back in the days. Man, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but this is what I think. And I'm telling you, new games nowadays, there's nothing good about them. The only games I'm waiting for that look hype, that look good, is either The Last of Us 2 or I forgot the game name, but it's this Japanese game. I'll put it on the screen. But I'm telling you guys, there are so many games that are released nowadays. I can't name them because I haven't played a lot of new games. I've been playing old games, but there's a lot of new games nowadays that are released that are not fun. And I hope I don't know if you guys agree with me, but if you do agree with me, I feel like the older games are better. The newer games are running out of ideas, and it's kind of becoming like movies. Some movies are running out of ideas. They don't know what to make anymore. And so games, since they don't know what to make no more, they're just taking your making as much money as possible by putting microtransaction and selling the game for like $80, $100, $60. They're selling it for that much just so they can make as much money as possible. If you guys agree with me, make sure you like. If you agree with me, like. And if you don't agree with me, I guess dislike and comment what you disagree with me on. And if you do agree, comment also what other games that I missed that are new, that are garbage. So if you agree with me, go ahead and leave a like if you want, and might as well subscribe. I'm at 112, and peace.